Hello everybody, it's Arky Knight from the PMC. We are here with another D-league interview, and we are here with the coach of the Noctowls. I will not try to pronounce that, but he will when he introduces himself, so go ahead.
Hello everybody, SSA here, aka SuperSunaArashi, your coach of the Groningen Noctowls, or in my country you say Groningen, but that's even more difficult to pronounce, so I'm just going to say it that way. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a fun season, I hope.
You should have just said it the hard way and just left it at that.
If I say it the hard way, people will, I think, pause the video and be like, Google pronunciation and like, how the fuck does these people in the Netherlands pronounce those letters? Because do they have like some extra back teeth in there to make that sound? But no, I keep it like Groningen because it's the best thing.
I'll try it once this season. I'll do weekly. Since I'm doing weekly recaps, I'll try it once, and then you can judge my performance.
I mean, either people are going to fuck up my team name or people are going to fuck up my username. So both ways, it's going to be fun to see how people will pronounce my.
SuperSana?
It's SuperSunaArashi, but either people call me Super or Arashi, so both works fine. Suna, not a lot of people use Suna in terms of speaking. In terms of chat, people use Suna because it's easy to type, I think.
Yeah. We'll just refer him to SSA for now.
That's what most people do. That's what I think 99% people refer to me as SSA. And for you guys who out there are watching, don't spell it backwards.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's get to the actual part of the interview.
Yes.
So, I'm not sure how many coaches you know. How many coaches do you actually know in this league?
Well, I did knew Aaron 2420, but he had to drop out in this league, unfortunately. From the whole roster, there are a few names that I know by name, but from the top of my head, I have never played guys who are now in the D-league, in the D-league. So it's going to be fun to actually see how that is going to work out during the course of this season.
So you said you know some of them by name. How do you think you're going to do this season then?
I'm not going to be cocky and say I'm going to reach playoffs. I think the most important thing is fun and just, surprise people and just...
There we go.
Best that I can. That's a really normal answer, but it's how I roll. I'm kind of go with the flow kind of guy, and I did have a break from draft leagues because of certain reasons, which I won't go too much, but this is my comeback as a coach, and I just want to, slowly roll back into the whole draft leagues, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I do want to win like a 6 times, like 50% of the league. I do want to win, but fun is the highest priority for me in this season.
Not bad. That's about the same answer I'd ever give.
Yeah, it's like a standard answer. Nobody wants to be like, I'm going to beat everybody in this league and they can all kiss my you-know-what.
Actually, I think only one person said they were going to win most of their games.
I mean, if they are confident, they should. I mean, if you're honest about that, you should.
You are the third person to say they wanted about 50%. So, I mean, if everyone gets 50%, you guys are going to make my life hard. Because I got to pick playoffs on my own.
Yeah, then it's going to be like a raffle, like put the names in the box and...
Where you'll have 2 different playoffs. One to make the playoffs and then the actual playoffs.
Yeah, make the season even longer.
Why not? So, your logo, how'd you come up with it? Or what's the story of the name?
Well, not much. I rebranded my team name. The team name before that one was the Groningen Noctowls. And as I said before, I took a little break of draft leagues. And with that, I thought a rebranding at that point was the best thing. So I can, leave the Groningen Noctowls in the past. And there's nothing much to it. I really love Noctowl. Noctowl is one of my favorite flying types. And I think one of my favorite Pokemon in general. It's from Johto, my favorite region. And yeah, it's an interesting Pokemon. Not a lot of people use Noctowl or in their logo or competitively, but I really love Noctowl because, yeah, there's nothing much to it. That sometimes you have a Pokemon you love just because you love for no absolutely good reason. I think Groningen Noctowls actually, kind of fits my personality a little bit.
Not bad. So yeah, it's okay. Don't feel bad. My logo is mascotted by the Victory Bell.
That's not bad. I mean, Victory Bell in Gen 1, Victory Bell was awesome.
But who uses Victory Bell as their team name? Nobody.
Nobody, but I mean, that's one reason for it to be unique, Yeah. I mean, nobody out there is probably using Noctowl, so I can be the one and say, like, I was the first one.
Basically.
So yeah, any more questions?
I have a few more, don't worry.
Well, I have all the time, so...
Is there anybody in this league that you're, looking forward to battle? Is there, a specific person?
I think if I have to actually pick one, I think it's Frals. Because, if I'm not mistaken, we were supposed to battle in a league, like in the past. I can't remember which one. I could be wrong in this one. But I can remember that Frals and me were in the same league. So, to actually then battle him, it would be nice. And there's a lot of people that, I look at their teams. I'm not gonna spoil any drafts or something like that. But all of the teams look quite, powered, quite... it could go either way this season, so...
You can spoil
there's no specific person I really want to battle except for Frals, because in the past I could battle him. So, yeah, there's absolutely no particular person I'm, excited to battle. I'm, for all the coaches, excited to battle them, so...
So you could actually spoil it, because today, as we are recording this, I am releasing the teams on Twitter. So you can spoil all you want, because you're not really spoiling anymore.
No. Well, at least I can then talk a little bit of my team. So in a short while.
And then you have the power rankings and pick'ems going up next week as well.
Nice.
So good news. And then weekly recaps and everything falls after.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice, yeah.
If I have to give an opinion about my own team, I'm pretty satisfied with my team. A few months, I'm kind of reconsidering, but I'm 100% sure that I drafted well for this.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah,
everyone drafted good teams. I didn't see a really bad team, but because everyone has their own playstyle. So that's actually going to be my next question. Do you have a preferred playstyle?
I'm kind of, I don't know. Is unpredictable a playstyle? Is being unpredictable a playstyle? Because I like to experiment with certain kind of Pokemon and movesets and stat-wise. And most of the times when I do draft leagues, I try to, draft a few months that you don't see that very often and try to work out with that and make them work in the draft league format. Like in the past, I've drafted mons like Pachirisu, Kricketune, on the top of my head. Which one did I draft more? I can't think of the name, but either way, I like to draft mons that you don't see that very often in draft leagues. I mean, in combination with the mons you do see and I'm comfortable with and that are actually, viable in draft league format. But with that, I also try to like experiment and innovate and, just to bring out the most entertaining battles out there for the viewers and my opponent. Because number one, I like to innovate. Number two, I like to, entertain myself, the opponent, and the viewer when it comes to battling. Because in the end, fun is the most important thing when it comes to draft leagues. And I think a lot of people nowadays take draft leagues too seriously. And with that, they kind of ruin the fun for themselves and others. And that is something I'm trying to avoid. That is something I've dealt with in the past. And that is something I should never advise somebody if you're drafting. You should play Pokemon with fun. Just have fun. And, don't be toxic. Don't cry when you lose because of RNG, because everybody has RNG in Pokemon. Everybody has been to the good side of RNG or the bad side of the RNG. And just forget that we're all humans and we all make mistakes. And in the end, keep a smile and keep battling, in my honest opinion.
We were supposed to have a guest pop in here, but he died, so... Poor J Specs. He was like, "Oh, do you need some specs in this interview?" And I was like, "Go ahead," and then he died.
Oh well.
I was waiting to make fun of him when he came in.
Ah, okay. Would be fun.
I actually have one more question, and honestly,
hit it.
It's like I just asked people this just for the fun of it. I asked it on the interview. I mean, the application, but I like hearing people's answers because then they can explain it. So, do you like timer stalling?
I can understand that some people use it to, win. I mean, I've seen a lot of matches in the past. I think in the WBE, there was a timer stall incident. Cannot rename the top of my head who the coaches were there. But I know timer stall, it's a double-edged sword. It's like, I can understand why people use it. At the other hand, sometimes it's not necessary, but people timer stall just to be safe. And I think if you are communicating with the coach at that time and you're going to say like, hey, there is a slight possibility that I might timer stall. It's not because, because I have something against you, but it's, at that point, my strategy to win this match. I think it should be okay, but it should not be, on the top of your list in winning a match. It should be like a last resort. Like if there's absolutely no way out and you explain to your opponent, whether it's before, during, or after the match, it should then be like, okay, but it's not something I would prefer playing because I've been at the same end of timer stall in the past and it's not nice. It's not nice for everyone, but I can understand that some people in the heat of the moment use it to secure a win, especially if you're like last match of the season, you have to make playoffs. Yeah, it's a difficult topic to talk about, but
I just like hearing everyone's opinion because everyone's different. So it's just fun to listen to it.
Can understand it sparks the discussion, so that's actually something that's very interesting to see and watch.
Quick question: how do you feel about being one of the coaches that actually gets an edited version of the interview uploaded?
Nice. Feel special.
No.
Nah. I mean, editing is something that is part of the job, so.
Yeah. I had to re-download everything. I got a new hard drive because my other one burnt out, so I lost like everything.
Ouch.
So I had and then I was like, you know what? I might as well find a new video editor because have you ever heard of Lightworks?
No, not at the top of my head.
You're lucky. It was the biggest pain in the butt. Like transactions were the hardest thing to put on there. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't work. And then, but like, I edited videos just fine with them. Like, otherwise, because I didn't really use intros that much. I mean, I did a little bit, but then again, I really didn't. Well, it depends. 'Cause I didn't really have a set intro for videos, so the only intro I had was like a specific league intro, which had like Victory Bell eating an Entei.
I think I saw that one actually.
And
I
it was
think
pretty
while
nice.
browsing through videos, because when I entered the league, you are obviously going to check out like your fellow coaches, their YouTube channels, and the commissioners and everybody else. So, and I advise everybody to do the same and subscribe to my channel. No.
Subscribe to mine too. I'm like 13 away from 100.
links are in the description below.
Except for mine. I'm not a coach, so mine doesn't really go in there.
Go to the search bar and type in ARKIKINIGHT.
You know, everyone forgets the K because I actually put night, not like night as in the time of day.
I'm quite good with spelling, so it's not my problem.
Everyone keeps putting NIGHT instead of KNIGHT. So they're like, why can't I find you? I'm like, you forgot the K.
Well, I have now the advantage that I'm seeing your name right now at the screen, so I kinda, cheated a little.
Just a little bit. Alright, well, I think we're going to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. If you did, please leave a like down below and make sure you subscribe to this man, because his name is hard to pronounce if you don't know it. But if you listen to this, if you watch the video a couple times, you might learn.
Yeah, and otherwise, just, go to my channel and watch some of my videos, and because I'll do my intro in every video, so yeah, you may get annoyed by it, or you may learn actually something from it.
But yeah, if you want to become a fan of this good old man, make sure you subscribe to him. His link will be down in the description, and so will every other coach, so you don't miss all the action of the PMC D-league. But would you like to close this out?
Yeah, I want to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all of the PMC fans will have a delightful season, as well as the coaches and the commissioners. And yeah, that's basically everything I have to say. It's going to be fun.
Alright, above all else, we'll see you guys next time. We're out.